save, and then it is going to export, and we are done. All right, once this is done, I will head over straight to select by location, clipping, and select by attribute. Okay, so it's 100% and it is remaining a bit to close. So this is where we are going to stop on this. So I want you to create this kind of map. Every features that you have here, I am going to send it to the data folder so that you can download it there and use it to produce your own map. And not just only this, the data, like I said, is open, is for you. If you have a map or if you have a work that you need to show waterways, you need to show airport, you need to show highways, the data is open for you. You can use it, reproduce to do whatever work you want to do. So I'll be dropping it there. You can download it anytime. You have access to it once anytime you want to download. Go it down there and download it. Now I am going to turn all the layers, which is what I'm going to do now. So we have this, and I am going to return. Sorry, I turn on all the layers, so I'm turning it off all, and then we are here. So we're going to return now to our normal this thing. What we are going to talk about today is about selecting by location. And on this note, I want you to use your state map to do this assignment. So what you are going to do is, this is Nigerian map, this is Nigerian by local government, is what we are going to use. You have the Nigerian by local government already in your folder. Now we are going to do select by attribute and select by location. Now I'm going to turn off this to avoid for it to stop showing me labels. Now but you see, this is the Nigerian map, and each of these Nigerian map, like we talked about the attribute information, we have discussed a bit about attributes, that it is containing columns and row, and each columns and row have their unique features, just like we know in Excel. Now one thing I want you to know here when you will be selecting is that I would have just go ahead and select it myself, but I want to teach you one or two things, because as a GIS analyst, you need to know what we call query. You need to know what we call attributes. We need to know what is columns, row, field, and rest of them, because that will help you do analysis or search or whatever you want to do. Now, the first thing I want you to know is that we already know what we call relations, one-to-one relation or one-to-many. Now, if you look at Abia State, in the column 1, all Abia State is located here until you turn to Akwa Ibom. So it means that Ben, the local government, and Ikwa is in one to many relation, because it is Abia State as one to two local government as Ikwa, that is many. So Abia State is one to many to this column 2, that is column 2. So if you look at, see Abia, Adamawa, the rest of the local government, it means that if I want to look for Abia State, all the local government in Abia State, I don't need to look for it in column 2, I need to look for it in column name 1. So I'll go to name 1. Anytime I select between here name 1 to where Abia State stop, is actually going to define Abia State map for me, as you can see here. So if I want the same thing in Akwa Ibom State, I will just go now here, open attribute information, go to column 17, and then hold shift, and then scroll down to where Akwa Ibom stop, and then click on the last Akwa Ibom, and it will form automatically Akwa Ibom map for me. You can see it selected here. This is selecting manually. I want to select by Akwa Ibom, so I am teaching you how to do selection now. So I've selected Akwa Ibom, so all the layers of Akwa Ibom is the only thing that is selected. Now take note of this, because it is important. I want you to know it. Now the next thing I can select, where I can select Akwa Ibom, is that if I know Akwa Ibom State, I don't know much about Akwa Ibom State, but I know about my own state, which is Ebonyi State. So to get Ebonyi State, this is the first way you can select, by just going to attribute information to select. Now the second way you can select, I am going to click here to clear selection. Now the second way you can select is by going to the state, like here, or the map of Nigeria. I don't know where, but I know my state is around here. What I can do is to label the features by the local government. Then I will zoom place to where my local government is. I know the 13 local government located in Ebonyi State. So I'm going to hold Shift. I press select Z. Remember to click on this. I'll select Z. I will select Ebonyi, Ohuku, Ishielu, Eza North, Abakaliki, Ikwo, Eza South, no Abi, no Afikpo South, Ivo, Ohozara, and automatically on the local government. If you know Ebonyi map, you know this is how Ebonyi map supposed to look, because I have it here. If I turn on this, you will see this is how Ebonyi map supposed to look. Now, in that Ebonyi map as it's supposed to look, now what I need you to do is once you select the local government, it will form a Ebonyi map for you. Now I am teaching you how to do selection. Now, because I know Ebonyi map, I am going to select it like this. What if it is a big data that you don't know? How do you select it? Now, selection, we are going to treat selection on a day, because when we'll be doing different types of analysis and a lot of data we are going to be doing a lot of selection, because it is a critical aspect of what you need to know: a selection, select by attribute, query definition. So I have succeeded in selecting Ebonyi State. Now this is the way I can do it manual. Take note on this. The second way I can do it manual is this. I'm going to turn this off. Automatic is by select by location. Now select by location, you go to selection here. You go to, when you are doing select by location, it means you have another layer. You have another layer that you are going to overlay it. Now I want to assume that I already have Ebonyi map, which is here, and I want to select all the local government in Ebonyi State that is within Nigeria map. Look at this. I want to select all the local government, what I just selected here, using existing layer. I am going to select by location. Now that's what I'm going to do now. So I'm going to turn off Nigerian map, Ebonyi map, and I assume that this is what I want to use to select within here. So I'll go to select by location, click on it. Now remember your attribute table very well, and also remember this, the name of the layer. Now look at the layer here. I want to select from. Look, if you open up this, read this, you are selecting from. So where are you selecting from? I want to select from Nigerian local government. Nigerian local government. What is the source layer? I want to use Ebonyi layer to select it. Now, is it intersect with the source feature? Let me click apply. You will automatically see that all the local government that touch Ebonyi State have been selected. All the local government that is touching Ebonyi State boundary is selected. If somebody asks you, show me all the local government that is touching Ebonyi State or your local government, select by location will automatically get that for you. All the local government that touch Ebonyi boundary have been selected. Take note of that. Now, I want to clear the selection. I want to do something again. I only want to select the local government in Ebonyi State. So you open up here, which is spatial selection method for the target layer feature. Change this thing to within that contain, look at it, contain the source layer file. Now when I change it to contain source layer file and click apply, it is going to select only Ebonyi State. Take note, it is only going to select Ebonyi State. We'll be doing spatial analysis where we'll be doing buffer and rest of them. There's something I'm going to talk to you about then. But let me take for example that you have a particular distance you want to search. Now, what are you going to do? You apply search distance and you put it by meters. And somebody asks you, show me all the local government that is 1 kilometer within Ebonyi, outside Ebonyi State. You can click apply, and then it is going to show you within the source layer. This is how we are going to search by distances. We are going to talk about these things intensively, but this is how we can select the local government within Ebonyi State. This is contain source layer. Contain source layer. Now, I am going to close this and I'm going to clear it. Now the next thing I'm going to show you is by selection by attribute. Now selection by attribute, you use the attribute you know from the attribute table to make the selection. Now I am going to ask us question now, and I want you to answer if you can answer, or if you understand what I'm trying to say. Now I want to select Ebonyi State that is in within. No, sorry, I'm not going to ask you the question. Let me say this first. I will tell you when you answer the question. So I'm going to select Ebonyi Nigerian local government here. Remember, can somebody tell me the layer I supposed to use now to select Ebonyi State? Remember, I've showed you the attribute information here. I've showed you the attribute information quite here, and we have talked about it a bit. I want to select Ebonyi State here. I want to select Ebonyi. Sorry, it's actually raining here. So if you're not hearing me, it's raining heavily. So that's why it seems I'm trying to shout much. So if we look here, can anybody tell me the states, the layer I am going to use that is going to target Ebonyi states? Remember what I explained by one to many and many to one. Is anybody here that can tell me the best layer I'm going to use to select Ebonyi states from the attribute information I shared with you? I hope you can see my screen.
Yes, we can see it.
Yes.
Your screen is up.
Yeah, I stopped sharing. I don't know whether I'm sharing my entire screen. Yeah, I don't know whether I'm sharing my entire screen, but I have stopped sharing to be sure of what I am saying. Yeah, so I am saying I am saying that based on what I explained by select by attributes, where I've said one to many, can somebody tell me which method, which of this layer can give me Ebony State? Okay, let me
Name
not
two.
ask. Can anybody tell me?
Name two.
Name two.
Name two will give you the local government in the country.
Okay, name two will give me all the local government in Ebony State.
Yeah.
Okay. What if I said you are correct? Is that okay?
No.
Yes.
No.
What we requested for is the one that will show you Ebonyi State, not the
Yes.
local government of Ebonyi
So I
State.
am going to use name two, right?
Name,
Yes.
I'm going to use name two, right?
Yes.
according to your question, you said the one that will show you Ebonyi
Ebony
State, not
State.
the local government in Ebonyi State.
Yeah, the one
But if
that is
it's the
going
one
to
that
show me
shows
Ebony State. I have the layer of Ebony local government in Nigeria. So I want to ask you, which of this layer can give me selection for Ebony State? Local
only
government in
Ebonyi
Ebony
State.
State. Which of this
Okay,
layer?
that's
You can see the
yes,
Name
names.
two.
You can see the
yes.
names. Which of this layer?
Name
Name
two.
two.
Name two. All right.
Yes.
So
Yeah.
what if I said you are wrong?
Wow.
You are wrong. It's
Because
supposed to
if
be
you say
name
that,
one. Remember what I said? That this is the parent folder, Akwa Ibom, Anambra. This is the local government. So if you want to select all the local government in Ebonyi State, there is nothing here that is unique as Ebonyi State. The only thing that is unique as Ebonyi State is Ikwo. You can see Ikwo, but it is not Ebonyi State. So it won't select anything that have to do with Ebonyi State. So you need to, this is what I said, we are going to talk about this very well extensively. So because the thing is that as a GIS analyst, you are not going to be working with two data or three data. You'll be working with data of millions. So you won't be able to do all these things by just going and select them one by one. What you're supposed to use here is name one, because it is only name one that contain all Ebony State here that have a direct one to many relation with what is in name two. So because if you say name two and you say equal to, and then you click on unique value, you're going to get 777 digit here, which is 775 selected. It you won't, there is no way you can select a Ebony State here. But if you change this thing by clear selection and select name one, which will have Ebony State, you are just going to go here and pick up Ebony State, which is one to many, and if you click on verify, it will be successful, and you click apply, Ebony State will be selected. I don't know whether you get what I'm trying to share with you.
Yeah, I understand. I
Yeah.
understand.
So this is how it is possible. Without that way, it won't be possible, because you see automatically select Ebony as a parent uh, name, but the name 2 is targeting the local government. If I want to select all the local government in um, Delta State, I will just go to name 2, which is name 2 here, and I'll say equal to, no, name 1, sorry, clear? Go to name 1, which is this, which is equal to all the state in Delta State here, all the local government, sorry, in Delta State. I just need to click on it. Like Kaduna, for example, I'll click OK. So if you go to Kaduna, all the local government in Kaduna have been selected. You can see it up here. So this is the way you can make your selections. Now another thing I'm going to talk about, which is a bit passing of what we are doing, is like showing you different ways of selecting by attribute. Like I said, we'll be talking about this thing extensively because it's very very important. Now if I want to select all other states only, I want to select all states in Abuja, or all states except those in Abuja. What am I going to do? I am going to say select all the states, which is name 1, that is all the states except the state in Ebonyi State, for example. Select me all the states except the state in Ebonyi State. If I click apply, all the states in Nigeria will be selected except state in Ebonyi State. Now if I want to change it, I can also clear selection, select all the states except the states, except all the states that is in, let me clear, and let's name 1, and then all the states except, sorry, let me clear, then go selection by attribute, give me all the state except the state that is in, let me say Bayelsa, or let me say Niger State. So it will select all the state except the state in Niger State. If you look here, if you go to Niger, you will see that it's only Niger State that is not selected. No, this thing have fallen my
You
hand.
are using a greater sign,
Yeah,
greater and less sign to. Okay.
yeah, this is clear selection. This is field 1, which is here. The first thing I need is to clear selection. Then I'll go to field 1 and say that all the states that is not in Niger State. I can use Enugu, I can use any state, but let me use Katsina that is close, and you click OK. It will select all the Nigerian states, but it will not select the state in Katsina State. This is selecting opposite. Select all the states except Katsina State. If I want to switch this selection, I will go here and say switch selection. It will select only Katsina and leave all the states in Nigeria. Then if I switch selection again, it will select all the Nigeria and leave all the state, all the local governments, sorry, in Katsina State. Select by attribute. You can change this here. Now this is selection, and I want to clear it. On a quick one before I go to what I want us to do, because I was, like I said, we're going to talk about extensively on this. If I want to blank all the states in Nigeria except in Abuja, what I'm going to do is I will go to that layer, go to properties, now go to query definition. Now if you go to query definition, you'll be able to remove all the states that you don't want it to show. Now if you go to query definition, let me close up this layer, go to query definition and build a query. My query is that give me all the same thing I did here, give me all the states in Nigeria except the state in Katsina, or any state, or Kogi. Then once I click on it, and I'll click OK, and I'll click this, all the states in Nigeria will be present, but Kogi will not be present. This is query definition, that is building a query. With this, you can have this kind of opening as you see it here. All the states except Kogi. In as much as this query definition is here, state in Kogi can never come out again. It will go. If you want to change it, you can do the opposite of it, the way it is. So we will be working on this more extensively. Yeah, so this is, you can look on all these things. If you want to do these things, you can do a lot of query, you can build a lot of these things by here. If you want to see the area by local government, you can see here. We are going to do that extensively. Now you see this thing is not here. Why is it not here? Because the query is still there. So for me to be able to see Kogi, I have to go to query definition and clear this particular query, and then before Kogi will appear down here. So this is just part of it. Now like I said, everybody is going to do with his states. You use your state to do this. We have 30 minutes left, and then I'm going to do fast for us to get there. Now, like I said, whichever method you want to use it and select your state. For me, I am going to use the query attributes here. By attribute, select Nigerian local government, that is all, that is name 1, that is equal to Ebonyi State. I will go to Ebonyi State, double click on it, and then click apply and click OK. Now it has selected all the states in Nigeria, in all the local government in Ebonyi State only. Now go to that layer you have selected. I'm turning off this Ebonyi State now. Ebonyi State is selected. Go to that layer you have selected. Right click on the layer. Go to selection here. Go to create, look here, create layer from selected feature. Now this is how you can create a new layer from existing layer. You see the entire Nigeria, this is how you can create a small layer. If you want Anambra State, this is how you can create it. If you want Enugu State, this is how you can create it. If you want Imo State, this is how you can create it. So go to selection. Once you select it and it is selected like this, go to selection, move down to create layer from the selected feature and click on it once. Now look here, it's going to create it up here, and you can turn this off. Now the parent layer is safe. Whatever you do does not happen to it again. Now right click here, click on this, click on the data and export it. Now I want to assume that I have exported it and this Ebonyi State. Once you save it here, save it as Ebonyi State and then click save and add it back to your layer. Just click yes and it will add it back to your layer. Now let me practice it for those that have not been here. I will delete it once I'm done. Go here. This is Ebonyi State, so I can type Ebonyi on it. In the location I want to save it here, and then I'll click save and it will come here. I'll click OK. It will go like this and ask me, do you want to add the layer that you have created? Like, do you want to add the exported layer? I'll just say yes, and this will come here. I will remove this and I will start working with this layer. So on this note, I am going to delete it because I don't need it for any reason. I have already done it what I needed to do. But let me use it and explain something before I can go ahead. Now in your state, what I want you to do is that I want you to group your state based on the senatorial districts. Google your senatorial district. Ebonyi State is in 3 senatorial districts. I want you to create the map that looks like this. This is why I am saying this is Ebonyi senatorial district. This is Ebonyi South. This is Ebonyi Central, and this is Ebonyi North. I want you to create, Google it. If any state you choose, you can choose your state, you can choose another state, but any state you choose, Google the local government that make up each senatorial zones. Each senatorial zones, Google it and use it. I don't want to tell you because I'm going to ask, if you submit your assignment, I'm going to check your state, the state you choose, browse it and know which local government fall within that place. So, and I will be able to use that to judge what you are going to do. Ebonyi is, this is the senatorial district, how it is created. The same thing we did in Nigerian map. I'm grouping Nigerian map into this layer and into zones, as you can see like this. I want you to repeat the same thing on this. You see the way we created this map and have Nigeria into geopolitical zone. Repeat the same process for the particular state which you choose according to the senatorial district or according to the senatorial zone. Now I am going to quickly do it to turn off this, remaining the Ebonyi that I'm using for lecture. Go down to the properties here. Yeah, when you go to properties, go to symbology. As we go to symbology tab, go to category, under unique value, under field value, select name 1, add all values. Sorry, no, select name 2. Remember it's local government now. Add all values. Now when you click apply, it's going to create a chloroplate map like this for you. But like I said earlier, know the local government that are located within each zones. For Ebonyi South, we have Ebonyi South, we have Afikpo. Afikpo, hold control. Now, select Afikpo North. Go down again, select Ohozara and select Onitsha local government. Right click and group it. Go to Ebonyi, go to Abakaliki, select select easy and also ohuku, right click, group it, go to equal. Know those you already, like I said, I don't need to tell you. I want you to go and browse it, any state you choose, group it based on this. We have done this earlier, so we don't need to repeat this particular process again. The way to do it is something we have done, so I want you to group into the layer as it is, make it look like what it is, and click apply. You'll be able to create this map like this, the way I created it, and that is where I get the replicant of these things you are seeing here. You can see it. Group it into the senatorial district like this. Once you are done with this, now I am removing it. I want to assume this is where we are. This is what I have gotten by grouping all of them. Now, what I want you to do is that you are going to create another map. Now, each of the layer you use on what we exported, which is what I'm going to show you down. This is the quick access. Remember, we exported a Nigerian map recently, which is the Nigerian map we opened, like we just finished just not long ago. So you are going to use the same features you found within that map to create this particular for your state, whichever state you choose. So what I want you to do is to use that same data, but now we're going to do clipping and select by location again. Now you are going to use this data, the game forest, the airport, the river, the Nigerian railway, and the major river to create for your state. What do I mean? You are going to use this data to replicate this. What I mean is this. This is Ebonyi. The first thing I need to do is to check, is there any game reserve located in my state? I will turn it on. There is none located in Ebonyi state. I don't need game reserve. Is there any airport located in my state? There is no airport located in my state. I will leave it. Is there any, now let me do something for those airport is located in their states. Now if you click on the game reserve and airport is located in your state, go to select by location, select this, click on the game reserve, select your local government, the state you have exported. I assume that my there is this game reserve is on Ebonyi state. Select Ebonyi state, click apply. Automatically it will select. You see now there is no location, there's no value on my state. So once you select it, right click on the layer like we did, export that, and then you will form that point on it. I think, do we have any question on what I explained now? Because Ebonyi is not located in no game reserve or airport located in Ebonyi, so I am not doing what you want. Okay, let me show you what I'm saying. A quick one. This is Ebonyi local government. I am going to select local government within Enugu state. I'm going to
Sorry,
do something
sorry
like
to draw you
this.
back.
Okay, go
Sorry to
ahead.
draw you back. I think there's an airport in Ebonyi State now.
What? No,
I think there's an
yeah,
airport in Ebonyi
yeah.
State.
That's now. The data I have was not when airport is in Ebonyi State, so I don't have the
Okay.
coordinates. Yes, yeah, I don't have the coordinates, so I won't be able to provide you with that. For now, let's use what we have. When I update the data, I will also update it there. So I want to assume this is Enugu. I want to clear this to use this to explain what I'm saying. Now I want to assume that this is Enugu, and as we all know, there is an airport in Enugu. So I'm going to take Enugu here. This is not Enugu map. I just selected this to demonstrate for those that will have airport or game forest located in their states. So when you select this like this, when it is like this, and this is your state and airport fall in here, you can do it manually, but I don't want you to do it manually because you're a geospatial analyst. Go to selection, go to select by location, click on the airport like this, change this layer to that layer of your state, and click apply. The relationship invalid for source layer. What's this English? That's select by location, airport, select by Nigeria local government selection. So when you select by Nigeria local government selection and say select that within whichever source, within a distance, or whichever distance that apply to the particular layer you are working on, you now do the selection and then click OK. It's going to select this particular airport for you, and once it is selected, right click on the airport layer and then click on data, click on export, and save it as maybe Enugu Airport or Abakaliki Airport or whichever airport it is. It will be saved there. So that's what you are going to do. We have 20 minutes remaining. Okay, now this is a Ebonyi State, so there is no game in it, there is no airport in it, so I don't need to add these two. Now, but there is a river in Ebonyi State. When you turn it up, you can see a river in Ebonyi State now. So what you are going to do is this: we are going to use geoprocessing tools now for the first time for those who have not been using it. Now you see Ebonyi State the way it is. Now go to geoprocessing here on your screen. It will always be here. Go to geoprocessing, go to clip. Geoprocessing clip is what we are going to use today. We are not going to use the rest of them. What I want you to use is clip. When you click on clip, it's going to ask you question. The first question is the input data. Which data do you want to clip? Clip is the process of cutting something, that is extract input feature that you want to overlay. You use these tools to cut out the pieces of one feature class or more. This is what clip, using the area of study or area of interest. So what is my interest? I want to clip rivers. You can see river here. Two ways you can do it is by dragging and put. This is what I mean by dragging and put. I want to do river. I can drag river and put it here, and it will come here. Or I can select it by clicking here, and it will open up and come there. So whichever of the two will work perfectly, either by dragging and putting it inside there, or by opening to select. So any of the clipping method will work perfectly for you. So if you see here, this is river. You can also select it by here, or you drag it here and put inside here. It will come here. Which of these features do you want to clip with? I want to clip it with Ebonyi State. Ebonyi is the band I want to clip it in. Now the next thing is default. Where do you want to save it? I always, there are some reasons I like always putting it in default geodatabase. You can also leave your own default or send it to the folder you want, but let me leave it in default geodatabase and export it after. Now what am I going to do? I'm going to leave this in by default and click OK. Now what it's going to do is going to clip or trim. In AutoCAD they call it trim, but in ArcGIS it is called clip. So it's going to go, you can see down here it is clipping. So it is going to clip it and save it in that layer. What does it mean? This does not affect your source layer. I am not editing. It is when you are editing that if you cut out something, it will go away. But when you are clipping, it will just clip the area of interest, creating a new layer that will form within the state or the feature of interest you are putting it up here, that is going to show. Except that every other thing is going to be intact. I don't know whether I get what I'm trying to say.
Yes.
Okay, so let's watch the clip comes in. For those that are using AutoCAD, they already understand what I'm saying, but this is how you can actually clip out the data. So it is still clipping. Once it's done clipping, you will get a result, positive or negative, but it will always come positive because it is not a problem. So once this is selected, if we turn off Ebonyi the river, which is the source layer, and turn off the Ebonyi State, you will see the river that fall only within Ebonyi State. And you can see here, it doesn't pass, it will never pass this boundary you put input. Once you are done, you right click. I like after then I can right click. I don't want to save it in AutoCAD, that's a mistake. So I'm clicking cancel. I'm going to right click, go to data, go to export, and I'm going to save it into that location I save all these ones. So I'm going to write it Ebonyi River. I'm going to write it Ebonyi underscore river. So once this is done, I'll click save and I'll click OK. And it will export it the way it is exporting it now, and I'll click yes. Then I will remove this. Now, the next thing that falls within Ebonyi again, I will need to check is there railway for pass through Ebonyi? Yes, there is a touch of railway that pass through Ebonyi. I'll do the same thing. Go to clip. Once it open up clip, I can now select the railway, and as well as you can see here, Nigeria Railway. I will select it. I will drag it and put here. But it's telling me that invalid distance. I don't know what happened, but let me check what is happening. It's giving me a warning, which is railway. Then the next thing is use Ebonyi. and icon, clip icon to this, and this is giving me a warning. The warning icon for more information is giving me a warning. So it is saying that the input does not exist or is not supported. Okay, I don't know what is wrong with the data, but I will need to check it before sending it to you. I don't know why it's saying it does not exist. Yeah, so I will check it and I will know the problem, and before I will upload it to you. But the data is intact. Geometry type line. Yeah, so I will check this particular issue, and before I will upload it to you, and I will able to know what is the problem. But ideally it's supposed to work perfectly. But let me go down and look for the railway again and add it. I see this is railway, which is road. Then click here, click OK. Okay, yeah, I think there is a problem. Maybe there is problem with the directory, but I when I put it up here, it is not showing me that particular error. So you select a Ebonyi feature. I will send the right one to you. Select the Ebonyi feature, which is the clip feature, and click OK. And once that is done, it's going to run as it is running, and it's only going to clip a railway that touch Ebony State, and then it will ignore the rest. So you can see here it is coming up here, and it have created it. So this is it. If you turn off the main layer, which is the railway, you will be able to see. I think there is problem with this particular there's a problem which I will fix because it's still giving me the warning. There is an issue on the data, please. So I will need to fix it up, and while I'll be uploading in our data folder, I should be able to resolve what the problem is, and then we now sort it out. But for now, uh that is how you can get the railway. Then the next thing you need to do is, we are done with the railway. The next thing is turn on the lake. There is nothing like lake within Ebony State. Is there anything like major river? There is a major river that is touching Ebony State here. Okay, now this is the last thing we are going to do, which is the major river. Then even if you are in Anambra, do the same thing with what I'm going to do now. Go to clip. Sorry, I click on intersect by mistake. But you go to clip, the same thing we did, and now use the clip tools again. Input the waterways, the major waterways here as clip. Go up to the clip, major river, as you can see here. This is the one I'm using. Then select the Ebony State here, and then run the clip up here. So once the clip is done, it's going to leave the waterway that fall within Ebony State here. So this is what I want you to do. So it is done. This is it, and it have added it to the layer. This is the area that waterways touch Ebony State. Then I can now turn off the Nigerian waterway. This is the railway clip, and then look at the waterway. I'll turn this off, and then it is remaining this particular portions here. I can click right click on data, click on sports data, go down here. I can say Ebony. I can save it anything I like. So I can save it Ebony underscore water. Then I can save it up here, and then add it up here. And once it is done, I'll click yes. So what I need to do is to remove this particular layer here, and the whole problem is done. Now this is what I want you to do, the way it is. So the next thing I need to do is, I've added the rail waterways and rest of them. I'll switch back to this layer to now right click on Ebony, and then zoom to layers. So when it is this, turn on Ebony roadway, turn on, that's the waterway. Turn on Ebony waterway, as you can have it here. Change the color to whatever the best color that suit it, either lake, as you can see here. See it up coming up here. Then change the I'm going to add the railway across it like this, because I don't know why it is not the railway data is having issue, but I'm just going to assume that it is okay and put it up here. This is the Bonny uh, river, as we have added. This is the Bonny waterway, as you can see it here. this is the railway, as you can also see it here. So once you are done with this, I want you to practice with clip and rest of them. So you can go here, go down here. Remember to put it up the way it is, like my own. Put up the senatorial district. So I'm going to put Ebonyi State, and then I am going to click apply. I'm going to click OK. Now for the, because I am close to it, I wanted to put up the road that is within here, but because of this I'm not going to put it up. So you can see now I've fixed up, this is the Bonny River, and I can decide to increase the river. So I'm going to river like this, and then put up this kind of this, and then I'll be able to have the river in this format to make it look different. So you can see this is the road, and this, then the next thing is that I'm going to Ebonyi. I'm going to label it by the tab of the local government, you can see here, and this is okay. Now once this is done, remember this grid is now off. You see only having 2 points here. Go to the layer, go to properties, as you can see here, and then go to properties of the graphical here, and then change this. I'm going to use 40 because I already know what is okay for Ebony State. You can try your own by depending on your state. Don't use 40, I use. When you change your this thing, click apply and visualize what you're seeing. For me, I know that 40 is okay for Ebony State, and that is just why I go ahead and select it Ebony State here. So see it up here. This is my north arrow. You can see up my north arrow here, and then you can see my local government, the senatorial district here, Ebonyi North, Ebonyi Central, Ebonyi South. So you can see it up here. I will always want you to arrange this in alphabetical order, because sometimes if you are publishing in journals, they will always ask you make it in alphabetical order, and we have talked about how you can arrange this in alphabetical order. The Ebonyi here, that is here, and it's supposed to go down, but I also group this thing in according to the layer, which is point, line, and polygon. So here it is okay because this is line and line, this two is okay, but this is a polygon, this is Ebonyi water. So for me, I will prefer to move the Ebonyi water down. So I'm going to click on Ebonyi water because Ebonyi water is a W, so I'm going to put it down. Then Ebonyi North, Ebonyi South, Ebonyi Central, C is supposed to come out, so I go to Ebonyi Central and then arrange it to come up. Now you can't do that Ebonyi Central here because it is inside a sub layer. So to get this one done, like we have talked in our class, go to the layer of Ebonyi State here, go to the properties. I only want to arrange this tree that is within here, putting central on top of this place. So go to property, go to symbology tab, go to central, and move the central up. Once you get to the up, click OK, and once you click OK, this is done. Now if you click on this, you see the way your map is fit on. So once your map is fit on like this and you are satisfied with the way it is looking, like my own, you can see it up here, Ebonyi, look at this. So if you want to change, me, I want to put my own, I want to add mask my own with white, so that it will be able to have a masking of white on it. So I go to label tab, go to symbol here, I want to mask it, then go to here. When it brings up this, I'll go to edit here. Once it brings up edit, I'll go to mask here, turn on halo. You see the way it is turning up white around it. Click OK, click OK, click OK, and then I will have a mask that is white around it. So once I am done with this, I can save. Then I will go to file, go to export. Then on export, I will export it like I said in PNG. So I'm going to put Ebonyi. So I'm going to put Ebonyi, um, Ebonyi, Ebonyi states. So underscore states, and then I'm going to put underscore to differentiate it to, I'm going to put it 14th February then 2024. So this is how I'm going to differentiate it from the other one, and I'm going to export this as PDF. So you can see this, this is Ebonyi. I'm going to also open it. and then I have that type of map of Ebonyi. Yeah, so you can see up here, it's still coming, it's still exporting, it's not done yet. So once the exporting is complete, we'll be able to see it here. Like you can see here, this is what I've created, showing the waterways, the rivers in Ebonyi State, and as well as the railway that cross Ebonyi State, the Ebonyi based on the senatorial district, and the Ebonyi based on the waterway. You can see where the main water touched it here. Then the next thing is to go down here, do the same thing, export again, and then change it to PNG. So this is where we are going to stop today, and I want you to ask your question. This is export, which the same thing I did. So this is where we're going to stop today. So ask me your questions, and then I want you to do the assignment. So thank you so much. Do your assignment and submit it to wherever we need to submit. So I am going to stop recording right now while we ask our question. All right, thank you.